Hello, Southland Division. This is your division manager, Jay Brad Britton, coming at you on this beautiful Wednesday, February 19th. And a lot of exciting things happened last week, a lot of exciting things happening actually right now as we're speaking, and then a lot of exciting things coming up in the very near future. So let me go in order here. First of all, let's look, let me share my screen with you and we'll look at last week real fast, some positive things that happened. And we'll start right here. Okay, so this is the sales report for last week. We'll talk about our top 15 folks for the week. You can see Miss Francine Arendando led the way, just over 10,000. And one thing really cool about last week is, I was a little bit nervous. Nervous is not the right word, but I was apprehensive looking at the week. It wasn't progressing as fast as several of the weeks have in the past. And then we really came in strong on Monday. We talk about Miracle Monday a lot, the last day of the week. Before orders, orders have to be in for that week's commission run, and we had a really good Monday in a lot of places, and some of these reports are reflected on here. So Francine led the way at 11,000 for the week. She's a CSP, Cutco sales professional. Michael Lemaster, Connor Kelly, Sally Sigario, Leah Leopolis, Ruben Valdez, and Nate, all CSPs, dominating the sales report. Mr. Benny Cooper, full-time student over at UCLA, continues to make a run at the All-American race. 2,300. Really good to see. Newly promoted district manager. He's not running his district office yet, but will be managing his district office here this summer. Nice to see $2,300 for Dagmawi Halamariam. Tam in Newport Beach. Great to see, over 2K for the week. Couple of orders. Chelsea Brown, even though she was sick all week, from what I hear, almost at 2,000 for the week. Loic continues to make a run at his All-American. Joseph Arenas, one of the newer folks from North Orange County, at 1,500. Brennan Fields Downey, over 1,100. And then Amber Bueller. Anyway, sorry, I make myself laugh sometimes. 1,000, just over $1,000, brand new, right out of training. So that's really great to see as well. So let me talk about something that's happening right now. I'll stop sharing for just a second. So right now, as we speak, in the West LA and Santa Monica offices, one of the videographers that videos a lot of the digital content for Vector. Many of you may have seen when you were interviewed, there were some videos that showed in your interviews, or maybe you've seen pieces of some of the training or things. Anyway, Nick Conadera is in the office there, and they are recording new interviews for the next level video interview. And I just got a text message about 20 minutes ago from Nick saying it's working out great, really good people that we're talking to. He loves Southland. So that's really pretty cool. So I'm excited to see potentially some Southland reps represented in the interview that'll be used nationally. So that's a pretty cool possibility. And let's talk about the newsletter this last week, and I'll share my screen back with you again. And then we'll talk about some of the, and the newsletter talks about some future things. Okay, here's one of the future things. March Madness is coming. Those of you that have been around or been in the business for a few years now, you may have seen a March Madness competition. So there's two competitions that'll happen, and it works like a bracket. You'll see the bracket probably on the front page here of the newsletter in a couple of weeks. There's, first of all, it's a 1 rep versus 1 rep bracket. The top 32 reps in the region will be matched up against each other. The number 32 will be matched up with number 1, just like normal basketball or March Madness basketball tournament, if you're familiar with how it works. And so it'll be a 1-week competition. Whoever wins that week and the most orders tabbed will move on to the next week, and then they'll be up against somebody else and up against somebody else, and there'll be prizes throughout and along the way, and then there'll be a grand champion every year. And anybody can beat anybody in one given week. So, but it is only going to be the top 32 reps. So if you're pretty new and just started, you might not be in that competition, but you never know. And then there's also an office competition that takes place simultaneously. Okay, so the offices will be, and this starts with the first week of March, right? So we're now right now we're in February week 3. Okay, is the week that we're currently selling in. February week 4, which is next week, starts next Tuesday. That will be the week that will determine the seeding for the office competition, okay? And if you're on your team and you've sold less than $150,000 worth of Cutco in your career, as it says right here, under 150, that is how they're going to seed. So next week's CPO sales will determine whether you're the number 1 seed, number 2 seed, number 22 seed, number 32 seed. You want to be as high a seed as possible because you're going up against a team that, at least for that particular week, was not as strong, right? So that's how they're going to be doing the seeding. So you for sure want to be in the top 32, of course, but you want to make sure that you are as high as possible. So the next 5 weeks all count toward this competition. Next week is the seeding week, and then it goes into the weeks. If that doesn't make any sense because you're not familiar with tournament brackets and things like that, don't worry about it. Just sell a lot and help your team win. Okay, that's what you want to do, and you'll see the competition unfold. Here's all the top folks. I encourage you to take a look at the newsletter on your Vector Connect page. You'll see all the reps are over 750 for the week. You got several, many there. You got the strings. Michael, Lamaster, and Leah continue to lead the way in the history of the company in strings. I just love looking at this. 728 weeks and 704 weeks in a row, at least at $1,000 in sales. That's years and years and years of consistency. Really great to see. Got some. Let's see if we have any promotions here. We have Garrett, Somalia, Helena, I want to say it right, and then Jackie, all from West LA with promotions on the board last week. Marcus, Padilla, and Cerritos, good to see. We've got anybody else represented? So we had a bunch of sales reps. We had the most sales reps of any division, but they didn't have any in the higher categories for this particular week. Grand days. Michael Southern has had 1,076 grand days. Look at that. 1,076 times this guy's had at least a grand day. And this particular day happened to be 2,279. So really great to see more of those. Make sure ask your manager when you have $1,000 CPO in a day, how do I record it? How do you record that? Wanted to take a look at the All-American race. We've got a lot of great Southland representation. Vincent from the Newport Beach / Santa Monica office. Those of you know there's a transition happening, but goes to school up in Chicago area, Chicago, Ohio. Now I forgot, near Cleveland, Ohio. That's where he is. Vincent's at number 16 in the nation. Loic at number 19. Ben Cooper at number 39. You see that, and then we've got North Orange County represented number 95. This lists the top 100. And this is out of thousands and thousands. So to be on the top 100, to be in the top 1,000 is pretty good. But this is what the All-American race is looking like. And if you're on this list, keep pushing. There's nothing like being an All-American for sure. Here's the biggest thing I wanted to announce for the future. Okay, now you've probably heard about this, but now we're really getting down to the nitty-gritty. We have two virtual events. Okay, this is a way that we've been able to keep expenses down for reps instead of having to all go to Dallas or different places where they run these kind of meetings from time to time. They're doing these virtually. So there's two events. There's one called the Rep Development Sales and Service Event. Okay, that's a virtual summit. The date is March 25th. Right, so it's a 4-hour or 5-hour event going on 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern time. So for us, it's basically 3 o'clock to 8 o'clock. Okay, there's going to be another virtual conference, CSP Personal and Professional Virtual Summit. That's on May 27th. Okay, and there's the times there. So for most of you, you for sure want to get registered for this first one coming up in March, because it's coming up pretty quickly. It'll be here before you know it. So what is it? It's going to be, you're going to hear from top achievers in the company. You're going to hear from some of the best trainers that we have, some really good sales promotion information, some really good information on how to increase your average order, best practices on programs, how to just develop yourself as a better human being, professionally and personally, good closing skill training, referral training, guest speaker, Mr. John Berghoff. If you don't know who John is, they'll give you all kind of good information about why he's qualified to talk to you. Last year, this cost $99. This year, the event is free, okay? Free $99 is what it is. So just make sure you take advantage of this. If you get registered in the next 12 days, and I would say register today before you leave your office, register for this, okay? Sign up by March 1st, and you're going to be in a drawing to be one of 5 winners of winning some Cutco. The first name drawn is going to win $1,000 worth of Cutco. The second name drawn, $500 worth of Cutco, and 3rd through 5 is going to earn or win $250 worth of Cutco. Okay, and right there's your sign-up form. If you open this up on your Vector Connect, you can literally click the form right there, just like this. Can you see it? Click it, and it'll open up to a promo video. And then I don't know what this is. Okay, it's a video. And I have no sound on, so I got to turn on some sound. Hello. There we go. That's not the sign-up form, apparently. Okay, so let me turn this off. Go back. Well, can I go back? To sign up, your manager will tell you, it should be on here listing how. Oh, you sign up on Vector Connect. Yeah, you sign up on Vector Connect underneath events. Okay, your manager can show you how to do it. We've got I don't know, a dozen people or so registered so far. We haven't been making a big push for it, but I would go watch this video. It'll tell you what's going to be happening. Look at that. It says, check out the virtual summit video here. Look at this. I'm trying to sign up by looking at a video. Doesn't work that way. Anyway, hope everybody gets registered for this. And if you register, then you have to miss part of it. You'll have access to recordings of this. Okay, so register, even if you for some reason might not be able to physically be there for the entire time. I would still recommend being there for it live, because there's certain things, there's just something about being part of it live. Many of the offices, by the way, will have like a virtual summit party at their office and provide you know, some snacks and what have you, and just come to the office and do it, as long as there's not other events planned in the office. That would be the recommendation. Okay, so great week last week. We need a better week this week. We're just kind of pacing just barely ahead of where we were last year at the same time. And for the goals that some of our offices have, and you might have as personally, and we have as a division, we need to pace a lot more than just a little bit ahead. Okay, it's great to be ahead. And a lot of businesses, you know, just would you know, give anything just to be ahead of year over year over year, which we've been doing quite consistently. But we need to be having like 50 and 60% increases in the spring. And right now we're only looking at about a 10% increase, which is still great, but we got work to do. Okay. And when you do the work, I'll let you know. I look at the reports and I notice who is performing at the high levels. So keep up the great work. And let me finish this. Make sure that you guys watch that video. And if you're in the offices, I would watch it right now. And then I would say to make sure you get as many people registered as humanly possible before tonight is up, so you get in that drawing. All right. Take care, everybody. Have a fabulous week, and let's keep up the great work.